Now I want to look at the major scale. I want to show you the pattern of the major scale. The major scale is based off the C major scale. Major scale could also be called a diatonic scale, a heptatonic scale. It's basically a 7-note scale is what it is. In other words, you have 7 notes that make up that scale. We pattern it off the C scale because if you notice on a piano, all the white keys, there's no sharps or flats, is it? So the C scale is C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Okay? That's 7 notes, and then it goes back to C. So you got C, D, E, F, G, and then it starts over with A, and then B, and then back to C. Okay? So that's 7 notes in the scale. So there's a pattern that you find with this scale. If you start with your root note here, C, and you go up a whole tone, which is 2 frets. A half tone is 1 fret. Sometimes it's called a semitone. A whole tone is 2 frets. So from the C to the D is a whole fret. From the D to the E is a whole fret. From the E to the F, E, F is just a half fret, or a semitone. From the F to the G, a whole tone. G to the A whole tone. A to the B is a whole tone. And B to the C is a half tone, or semitone. So between E and F is just a half tone, and between B and C is just a half tone. So if I was back up here on my C, I could just back up one and I know that would be my B. Hope that makes sense. Now, knowing that pattern, you can think of it in this term for a major scale is 2 wholes and a half, 3 wholes and a half, 2 whole tones, 1 half tone, 3 whole tones, and then 1 half tone to get back to your octave. From here up there is 1 octave. So you go from here and you go 2 whole tones, a half tone, 3 whole tones, a half tone. You back at your C, or root note, which is a whole octave up. What you want to understand is if you know this pattern, okay, then you don't have to know all the sharps and flats. Let me back it up to a B, okay? If I was going to do B and I was going to do all the notes in the B scale, B major scale, I would go B, then I'd go a whole tone, which would make out a C sharp, another whole tone, which is a D sharp, a half tone, which is an E, a whole tone, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B. Whole lot of sharps in there, right? But if I just know whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half, 2 wholes and a half, 3 wholes and a half, then it don't matter where I'm at on the guitar or what key or what scale I'm in. I could be up here in F sharp and I could go use that pattern. That's my root note. I go 2 whole tones, a half tone, and then 3 whole tones, and I'd be back at my root note. Just practice that, learn that, understand that concept, and then we'll move on to the next lesson.